I'm Calvin Chin, Chief Instructor and owner of the Calvin Chin's Martial Arts Academy and sponsor of the Helen G. Chin Scholarship Foundation. Recently, we had an event that we've actually given out the scholarships for this year. We had 8 winners and totaling over the past 6 years, over $83,000. 6 years ago, the Scholarship Foundation was set up as a tribute to my beloved wife Helen, who had lost a battle to lung cancer. At that time, it was a tribute, a memorial to Helen, and today, 6 years later, it's a viable scholarship foundation, and we're working hard to sustain the scholarship so we have monies in the future to give to kids who are martial arts practitioners. So this year, at one of the events, the Guoshu event, we announced a challenge to any of the schools or practitioners and the winners of these scholarships to participate in a one-day fundraising event. And we're going to call this the National Helen G. Chin Scholarship Foundation Horse Stance Punch-A-thon. And for Tai Chi practitioners, the cloud hands movement will be done, and it's called the Tai Chi Wave-A-thon. So what I'm going to do in a little while is to demonstrate to you how this can be done. And the concept is very simple, that you spend 5 minutes, regardless of whether you're punching or doing cloud hand movements, that each movement, the right and left sides, will be counted as one motion, and you find a sponsor, and that sponsor will put a bid in, whether they want to put 10 cents in, 20 cents in, a quarter, $1, $100, it's up to you. So you see the idea that each punch and each hand movement correlates to an amount, and you tally up the amounts, and at the end of it, you'll have a donation that you can submit to the Helen G. Chin Scholarship Foundation. Now, we picked September 20th because that's Helen's birthday, and we thought that would be the ideal day to have this. So if we can turn it into a national fundraiser, it'll give the schools that are involved, especially the martial arts schools that have winners, to participate in a fundraiser that our students, my school, and friends and relatives have been the big supporters. We've raised probably over $200,000, maybe $300,000 to date. Some of it's in a fund that we're building for, at some point, an endowment. So this is very real for a lot of people. If you go on a scholarship, the Helen G. Chin Scholarship Foundation.org, you'll see the winners, you'll see some of the things that we've been doing. So everything that we're talking about now is going to be on the website. You can download a sheet, and that's what you can use to track the participants. And at the end of it, we'll see what we can raise each year. We can build that. That would be great. And the other thing is that we're going to have 2 people that we recognize that participate in this event, and that will be how many punches an individual did. So he'll be the person recognized for the most punches. Then we'll have a person that will be recognized for the most money raised from the Punch-A-thon. Then with the cloud hands, it'll be the same thing. There'll be a person doing the most cloud hand movements and the person that has raised the most funds from doing the cloud hands. So with that said, I'm going to demonstrate to you a couple of the methods, or the methods that we're going to be using, and you can track and follow this idea, and then hopefully we can build our endowment. Thank you. So the first thing is the horse stance. Everyone knows what the horse stance has done Kung Fu, Wushu, and Tai Chi. So the horse stance, you can open the stance, get into a deep horse stance, stay in it for about 5 minutes, and you set up your hands, okay? If you're the type of practitioner opens the stance like this, you can open your stance and sink and hold that position, and then you punch. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, okay? And then you close. At the end of 5 minutes, you tally up how many punches were done. Now, if you want to be the championship of this, you're gonna have to punch a lot faster and then tally up those scores. So your sponsor, your single sponsor or your multiple sponsors will have to count and tally up these punches. Okay, so that's fairly simple. It'll take about 5 minutes. I think it's something that we can do it simple. It won't interrupt your schedule. If you're really motivated at the school, you can have one of these each class, but if you only have one and everyone does it at the same time, that would be fine too. Now, with the cloud hands, you know, there's different styles of Tai Chi. Everyone does the cloud hands slightly different, but the simplest thing is to stand in a shoulder width stance. You begin with your hands down here, and you begin. And you do a set of cloud hands. Now, Tai Chi is done fairly slowly, so we're gonna have to speed that up a little bit. But 5 minutes of cloud hands, waving hands like clouds, could add up to quite a few movements. And you know, not to mention how great your cloud hands will be at the end of this exercise, because you've done as many movements as you probably would have done over a year period of doing Tai Chi. So with that said, this is how we can raise some funds. And again, you know, thanks for your support. Hope this is simple enough. If you have any questions, feel free to email us. And this begins this year. September 20th is coming. You pick the day and time. You know, it's going to be the 20th. But whatever day it falls on annually, hopefully you can do something. Thank you.